All right. Okay. All right. It is the 13th of Vlogmas. The merry 13th of Vlogmas, which means that today, when you're watching this, I'm going to be on an airplane pretty much most of the day. Tomorrow's vlog might have some cranky Adam wandering around in the Denver airport footage, but for right now, imagine me, if you will, on an airplane, flying across the middle of America, directly into what I imagine is a winter wonderland of St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri. I don't know anything about that state at all, and frankly, no offense to Missouri, I don't really need to fill my brain with trivia about that, but I guess if you were curious, you could look it up yourself. It's as foreign to me as Paris, France. But I'm headed there. I'm headed there for the Roleplay live show, and all my GM prep is done and everything, which means all I have to do now is get through today. I gotta pack, put all my crap in bags, figure out how I'm gonna get it to the airport. Probably gonna take a taxi, which I loathe, but that's fine. And pack up all my stuff and get going. But I was thinking, what am I gonna do for my vlog today? What am I gonna talk about? And like every once in a while, like sometimes happens, the content fell into my lap. I got a package this morning, and it came from the UK, from a particular sender that I've seen before. I know for a fact that this sender sends stuff on behalf of the publishing company Free Legan, which is Free League, a game design company. The last package I got from them was, I believe, the box set for Forbidden Lands? Forgotten Lands? Forbidden Lands? It's Forbidden Lands. So I got the Forbidden Lands box set from this same distributor, the same shipper, which means I'm pretty sure that I got a box with all of my pre-order Alien RPG stuff. Now, if you've watched the video on this channel already for my Alien RPG first look, you know that we took a look at the sort of preview model of the game. They put out a preview PDF shortly after they announced that they were going to do the game, and I loved it. I did a first look at it, and I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant, fantastic, and so I'm really excited to get my hands on the full version. I want very much to do a one-shot of it, maybe on Roleplay, like February or March or something. Maybe I can get some Alien fans together. We can have people shouting, "Game over, man," and getting... Do we know who... I think Bike Man likes Aliens. I'm sure I could find some Alien fans. Anyway, I'm really excited. I don't often buy physical games these days. Like, I buy board games, and I buy PDFs of role-playing games, and I have the PDF of this game, but the material is just so nice. The game itself is just so cool looking that I had to order the whole box with the dice and all the other fancy crap. So what we're going to do is I'm going to unbox that stuff. We're going to take a look at it, and that'll be today's video. So thanks for coming. Let's grab the knife, let's grab the box, let's dig in and see what Free Legan has for us in the special edition of the Alien role-playing game. Okay, for the remainder of this part of the video, this is the view you're gonna get. This is the box. Let's see what's inside. So it's coming to me from the UK, from Games Quest, and I think that they are the shipping and fulfillment house for Free Legan, which I'm excited about. I am opening this box with my spider... I think it's got some terrible name like paramilitary or something. It's just a flip knife that I bought at a hunting supply store. I like it. It's a nice pocket knife. It's made out of carbon fiber. I mean, the blade obviously is steel, but the handle is carbon fiber, so it's really light. And honestly, it's one of those obnoxious, like I bought it, it's a fancy like knife, and all I ever use it for is opening boxes. But if you're gonna do a job, you might as well do it right. So let's carve this thing open and see what we've got. All right. So, contained within a bubble of bubble wrap. A bunch of this crap. All right. And then we have 2 dice sets. We have a set of stress dice. I think that's what these ones are. So there you go. So we got stress dice. And we got base dice. So there's the base dice set. Now, frankly, I like weird dice in role-playing games. I like custom dice. I just think there's something cool about having a custom set of dice to roll. We have the Alien custom card deck here. Now, these contain 55 cards, 22 weapon cards, 20 character cards, 3 vehicle cards, and 10 initiative cards. So I'm just going to crack this open. Let's take a look at these. It's really weird seeing the 20th Century Fox logo on a role-playing game peripheral, but I suppose it makes sense. All right, so here's the cards. Okay, so there's some NPCs, it looks like, right? Various NPCs. We've got vehicles, right? The APC, let me hold this a little closer for you. APC, guns with the stats on the back. That's cool. Ooh, look at that big boy. And then our initiative cards, which just show numbers. So that's kind of cool. All right, so we got our initiative cards there. Okay. So the card deck, probably the thing I'm least likely to use, just because physical components like cards, they're nice. They're a nice extra, but not usually. Also, so I don't know if you noticed this, but the card box is printed backwards in that it opens this way, whereas I think most traditional decks open the tiny little detail. It doesn't really matter, but so that's okay. That's an interesting peripheral. Might be of use. And then we got, I think, 2 books in here. Hang on. Ugh. Bubble wrap out of here. Yeah, no, a book and a GM screen. I see, okay. So, we have the GM screen, which in this game stands for Game Mother, which of course is the name of the spaceship computer from the Nostromo. You might not be able to see the art because it's so shiny, but it's very fancy. Here's my knife. It's actually pretty cool. All right, get it? Yeah, here we go. Okay. So it's like a hardcover book cover. It's not like a soft GM screen. It's got a little wrapper in here, so that away. Yeah, okay. And so it's like a low screen, which is nice. More of a reference screen than a hiding screen. Critical injuries, different actions, panic roll results, and then, of course, the alien art. Nice and sparse. Got the alien art on the back. Okay, so that's cool. And then we got a little mini adventure and a maps and markers pack. So let's try not to cut my thumb off here. It's so thin. There's no slack. Okay, there we go. So, in our maps and markers pack, which... okay. So it's literally like a sheet of board game style punch-out markers. So that's fun. And then I think there's a double-sided map. Yeah. This is cool. So part of me bought this because I wanted all the alien universe nerd stuff. Look at that. So there's a map of the known universe of the alien. God, I'd love one of these for like Blade Runner, like a proper Blade Runner RPG. It'd be so cool. So here's the known universe map, and then on the other side, a map of, looks like Hadley's Hope. So if you want to recreate the setting of aliens at your home table, you can do so. It's also, I mean, it's a planetary colony, so it just stands in. It doesn't have to be LV-426. And it wouldn't be an RPG map if I couldn't figure... Nope, that's wrong. Folded that incorrectly. Let's try this again. Yeah, there we go. All right. And then lastly, the game book itself, which is a pretty standard size role-playing game book. 400 page count, give or take. And then all full color glossy pages, beautiful art, information about the game. And the cover is this real nice, it's already getting fingerprints all over, this real nice matte. I love the cover of this game. Look at that huge alien. So yeah, I'm going to be reading, I'm not going to take this huge book with me, but on my ride to, my plane ride to St. Louis, I'm going to be reading the full version of this in PDF. So I'm looking pretty much forward to it. This game, it's really surprising when somebody makes a licensed game that isn't bad. And Free League did a pretty damn good job on Alien. So yeah, the Alien RPG. I'm excited about getting a new role-playing game and seeing new role-playing games kind of no matter what they're about. Like with this guy in particular, I'm excited because I've always been a fan of Alien. I've watched all the movies, good and bad. I've listened to the audiobook of the script of Alien 3 that William Gibson wrote that they didn't use for the movie, which is partially why I think Alien 3 is so weak. Even though I've kind of come around on Alien 3 not being too bad, I could come up with plots to Alien one-shots like that, like in my sleep, no problem. It's got artificial humanoids, it's got unknowable aliens, it's got evil corporations. It's like a little bit cyberpunk in a lot of it. There's a lot to love in the Alien universe, and it's tied in to other universes I like. Like it's set in the same universe as Blade Runner, and you've got the Alien versus Predator crossovers of varying quality. The movies are bad, but the comics were cool. So there's lots of stuff. There's something fun about playing in an existing universe, and while I do love the ones that usually get RPGs like Star Wars, Star Trek, Conan, I think that it's real nice to see RPGs branching out a little bit. Like we got this game this year. We're supposed to be getting a Dune RPG soon. I'm super excited about that one as well, obviously. And it's cool to see sort of mid-sized companies like Modiphius and like Free League getting a hold of these licenses when prior to this, you had to be big, like Wizards of the Coast big or Fantasy Flight big to be able to afford a license like that. So it's neat seeing smaller companies get entrusted with this stuff. If you could have a role-playing game based on any one property, movie, TV, comic book, whatever, what would it be? It can already have one and you don't like it, you want it to have a better one, or maybe it doesn't have one at all. Mine would be Dune, for sure, first and foremost. I would love to see a role-playing game set in the world of the Tensorite, Jai Yang's series. I think that would be really, really cool. I'd love to see a Radchai or a Hexarchate RPG, right? One based on the Ancillary series or on the Junha Lee science fiction space opera one. I guess in a sort of flip-sided way, those are also book recommendations. If you haven't read Ancillary Justice or any of the Hexarchate series, if you haven't read the Tensorite novellas, they're all very good. It's all good sci-fi and fantasy stuff, so definitely go check it out. But yeah, I'd love to see those. But what about you? Do you have a deep need in your heart for a Magnum PI role-playing game? Are you one of those few people who both played and enjoyed the Rocky and Bullwinkle role-playing game? Have you played Ghostbusters? I mean, I know you've heard of Inspectors, but you know there's a Ghostbusters RPG? It came with a little glow-in-the-dark ghost die. It wasn't very good. I mean, the die was fine. The game was... Anyway, licensed games. They're tricky because they're usually pretty bad, but I think we're in a period of time where we're following in the footsteps of brave past creators like West End Games with Star Wars. We're starting to see these really cool games come out that are attached to things we already love. I am super surprised that there is no Marvel Universe role-playing game. The Marvel superheroic role-playing game, the one that uses Cortex, is so good, but they lost the license so fast because it was really expensive and Margaret Weis Productions, I guess, couldn't pay for it, or maybe the Marvel didn't want to renew it. But like, man, why don't we have one? I feel like that's a given. Who wouldn't want to be Thor and Rocket and Captain America, right? Anyway, what's your favorite series that you think deserves a role-playing game? I'm always super curious. And if it had a custom mechanic, here's your homework. If your role-playing game that is based on this fiction you really like, if it needed a custom mechanic, what would that mechanic be, right? What piece of game design would it need to make it really feel like that game? Or that movie? Or that book? Or that TV show? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go pack. I got a role-playing game to run day after tomorrow, and all of my shit is still laying all over my room. So I'm going to go do that. Thanks for coming, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.